Welcome into another edition of Vikings Update. I'm Mark Potts, Sports Information Director here at Valley City State. Our guest this week, Jenna Coghlan, senior on the Valley City State cross country team. She and two more teammates heading to the national championships this week. We'll talk about that coming up. But first, let's recap the football and volleyball seasons with all conference honors, and we'll get to basketball results from the week right now. Kind of a slow week in Viking athletics as we've wrapped up most of the fall sports. Viking women's basketball was in action, though, on the road at Dakota Wesleyan Classic. Day one, Vikings suffered an 84-63 loss to Hastings College, which was an NAI Final Four team last year. On day two, Vikings got big performances from Georgia Williams and Lexi Lennon, who combined for 48 points, but it wasn't enough in a 79-74 loss to Dakota Wesleyan. Vikings are now 4-3 overall, still 2-0 in conference play. Back in action this week with a pair of exhibition games at NCAA schools. Thursday night on the road at North Dakota State University, and then Saturday the Vikings play at Bemidji State University. Viking men's basketball also on the road at North Dakota State this week. Vikings will take on the Bison Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Then this weekend, VCSU hits the road, a tournament at Wisconsin Superior. Vikings will play Minnesota Crookston on Friday. Saturday's opponent and time is to be announced. Viking volleyball season officially in the books with the release of the North Star All-Conference teams on Monday. Valley City State libero J.C. George was honored with second-team All-Conference. She was 21st in the nation in digs per set. Congratulations to J.C. The North Star also released its All-Conference football teams this weekend, and 14 total Vikings were honored. 4 Vikings earned first-team All-Conference, including receiver Colby Lum, O-lineman Landon Freitas, D-back Jawan Pugh, and kick returner Demario Fair. 6 Vikings were named to the second team, including 5 defensive players. Defensive selections on second team went to Michael Bruce, Andre Peppers, Nicholas McBain, Ethan Preston, and Harvey McMahon. Offensive lineman Lex Tandy also earned second team. And then 4 Vikings named honorable mention, including Curtis Walls, Jacob Dulio, Dalton Locke, and Ben Brunges. Big congratulations to all the Vikings receiving awards this fall. And the last fall sport remaining at VCSU is Viking cross country, which will send 3 runners to the NAI National Championships this Saturday in Charlotte, North Carolina. Michelle Herrera will compete in the men's 8K race, while Jenna Coghlan and Alexandra Cardenas will compete in the women's 5K race. Those 3 will be facing the best NAI runners in the nation, with more than 600 runners expected to compete. Joined on this week's edition of Vikings Update by Jenna Coghlan, senior on the Valley City State cross country team. Jenna, one of 3 Vikings moving on to the NAI National Championships this weekend in Charlotte, North Carolina. First off, Jenna, congratulations. What does it mean to you to go with a couple teammates as well to the National Championships?
Yeah, thanks so much, Mark. I'm really excited about this opportunity, and I'm glad a couple other of my teammates are going along with me. We really put in a lot of hard work this season, and it's just awesome to go out there and represent VCSU on the national stage.
You had the conference championship meet on November 7th down in Madison, South Dakota. Both teams performed really well, the women and the men. Individually, yourself and Alexandra Cardenas moving on to nationals for the women, and for the men, Michelle Herrera. For you, 4th place overall at conference. One of the last 2 spots to go to nationals went to you and Alex. Take us through that race a little bit. How did it play out? Were you in the top 5 throughout the whole race, or did you kind of have to make a kick at the end?
No, actually, it was kind of a crazy race to begin with. We could see a couple teams, Jamestown and Dickinson, were out there really fighting for that top team spot. So we didn't know who was going to get in there for the top team, so you had to go out there and kind of run for yourself.
Sure.
I was in 8th place or lower most of the race, and then that last mile I moved into 5th, and Alexandra was right there in 3rd and 4th, and then we kind of just had to hold on to our spots. It was a little crazy at the end. There was a lot of passing going on back and forth, but we got those last 2 spots, and we just kind of held on there.
You know, we talked a little bit about this off air, to share this with Alexandra, this experience of, being named all conference, top 5 of the conference meet, and the chance to go to nationals. What's that mean to you to do that with a good friend of yours?
Oh, like I said, we've been training together all year, right there, side by side, and it was just so fitting that we got those last 2 spots. I really don't think that one of us could deserve to go without the other one going, because we really just pushed each other all year.
And as we mentioned, Michelle Herrera going on the men's side, so you 3 and the coaches take off for Charlotte this week. What are you expecting out in Charlotte at the National Championships?
So we've researched the course a little bit. They have other national meets there, and it says it's a pretty fast course, pretty flat, and I know the weather's supposed to be pretty nice, so we just love to go out, like with PRs, but if not, the experience will just be fun, and it'll be a great time.
Do you guys set any goals going into national race of what you want to do?
Yeah, we're right around that 20-minute mark for women, so that would be a big one to break, or if not, just kind of run close to our PR times. I think everyone would be happy with that.
Okay. Jenna, we appreciate the time. Again, congratulations on moving on to nationals, and thank you for joining us today. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Mark.